You really want to honor the time period that your stomach needs to communicate with your brain so that you're honoring your natural food cues. And that helps you to truly build a better relationship with food because now you're taking your body into consideration and you're allowing your body to help you know what's going to be the best option. Your body naturally knows what's going to allow you to have the best health. Your body naturally knows that. So work with your body. And in working with your body, you take this 30-minute break and just allow that communication to happen. Welcome to Undiet with Dani. I'm your host, Dani Taylor, here to inspire women just like you to increase their energy, feel good in their body, and eat for their best life without diets or forbidden foods. This weekly conversation will help you eliminate the noise and finally create the health, body, and lifestyle of your dreams. Have you been struggling to create consistently healthier habits, feel good in your body, and continue to eat the foods that you love? Well, I'm about to help you do exactly that. So go ahead and subscribe because this is about to get good. Let's get into it. Welcome to part 2 of Holiday Health Tips. I hope you had a chance to check out part 1 of this 2-part series. If you have not, check out the last episode, which is part 1, and that's going to lay out 3 effective ways for you to enjoy the holidays without food restrictions and frustration. If you hadn't already had a chance to check out part 1, I mentioned some posts that I've been seeing and conversations that I've been having with women who are already planning to eliminate all things healthier eating so that they can truly enjoy the deliciousness that Thanksgiving has to offer. I wanted to do this 2-part series because it's extremely important for women to understand that you don't have to eliminate your healthier eating for you to truly be able to enjoy the holidays. Transparently speaking, the best way for you to have a healthier relationship with food is to include the balance of the deliciousness that you truly want to have with an influx of nutrient-dense foods so that you can have that healthier relationship with your body and truly stop overeating, truly feel good in your body, and eat for your best life without the frustration of food rules. So I initially planned to give you 3 tips, but I decided to go ahead and add in 2 more tips that I feel are equally important to supporting you on this journey to creating a healthier lifestyle for yourself, creating a healthier relationship with food, and truly being able to enjoy the holidays. So I'm about to dive into 5 tips to help you enjoy the holidays without giving up all the foods you love. Let's get into number 1. Number 1 is have breakfast. I don't know about you, but I absolutely have been guilty of skipping breakfast just so I can make sure that I have the space I need to have for the yam scroni and the stuffing, right? I needed to make sure that I had the space. I want to make sure I wasn't overeating, so I wouldn't eat breakfast. But what that led to was overeating at dinner or lunch. That led to overeating because my body was deprived. And it's like, I don't know when she's going to feed me again. She just completely effed up the schedule. Let's overdo this so I can make sure that I'm sustained, right? Now, if you are someone who doesn't include your body in your healthier relationship with food, I highly encourage you to take your body into consideration when you are making those changes for yourself because your body is actually trying to support you in maintaining a healthy space. So if you are doing different things that goes against what your body inherently knows as healthy, then there starts to become conflict and things start to go awry. I don't want that to happen for you. So what's extremely helpful in being able to enjoy the dinner and all of that is to make sure that you're having breakfast. Make sure that if you typically have breakfast, that you have something during that time of day so that your body can stay on schedule. You're not having like blood sugar spikes or anything like that. And you're able to move forward in a way that feels good, but it also supports your body's health. So that's number 1, have breakfast. And that goes for all meals. Have lunch too. If you're not eating until later in the day, make sure that you're feeding yourself in the ways that you normally would outside of the holiday. Number 2, have smaller portions at dinner. Now, if you're listening to this 9 times out of 10, you overeat most holiday dinners. One of the best ways for you to gain control of that is to have smaller portions. And one of the ways that I recommend you do that is you can make your regular plate as you would usually make it, and you split that plate into two and eat one plate at a time. Now, I recommend that because that helps you to clearly see that you're having smaller portions. But not only that, you have a take home plate. Okay, so break out the foil or the Tupperware, whatever it is that you like to use. Have that plate set aside so that you can enjoy the foods that you want to enjoy, but have those in smaller portions so that you're also honoring your body's health maintenance. So you have those smaller portions, and we're going to just roll right into step 3 because it makes the most sense. Number 3 is embrace a 30-minute break. So while you're having those smaller portions that we mentioned in step 2, after you have that plate, embrace a 30-minute break between that plate and whatever else it is that you're going to eat so you can allow your stomach time to communicate with your brain that you are either satiated or it's time to have more food because you're not satisfied yet. Remember, the goal is to eat to satisfaction and not fullness. So you really want to honor the time period that your stomach needs to communicate with your brain so that you're honoring your natural food cues. And that helps you to truly build a better relationship with food because now you're taking your body into consideration and you're allowing your body to help you know what's going to be the best option. Your body naturally knows what's going to allow you to have the best health. Your body naturally knows that. So work with your body, and in working with your body, you take this 30-minute break and just allow that communication to happen. Now, after that 30 minutes, if you decide that you're not satisfied, then you can break out that second plate. Now, you want to approach the second plate with a little bit of caution because you've already eaten. It's not going to take as much for your body to get to that satisfaction level. So move through those next bites or whatever it is you're going to have. We talked about permissions yesterday. So if you are allowing yourself to have dessert, approach that dessert with a little bit of caution so that you don't tip to that fullness point, but you still maintain the satisfaction of, one, having the foods that you want to have, and two, using your body as a co-creator with you in creating what's healthiest for you in that moment. So that's steps 2 and 3. Have smaller portions at dinner and embrace a 30-minute break if you are going to eat more after that first plate. Okay. Number 4 is be mindful of good decision prohibitors. Now, there are a lot of different good decision prohibitors, but 2 very specific ones I want you to be mindful of during the holidays are lack of rest and alcohol consumption. Now, during the holidays, most of us are taking some time away. We're enjoying family, we're shopping, we're doing lots of different things. And one of those things we may not be doing is getting the proper amount of rest. You want to also, again, take your body into that space of co-creation with you. And for your body to be in a clear space of co-creation, you need to allow your body to rest and reset the way that it needs to so that it can help you on a hormonal level to know whether or not you should be eating. Now, your body wants to work with you, but you have to work with it. You have to allow that space for rest so that your body can support you in making the decisions that you want to make for your goals. Okay. Now, alcohol, some people say that you have to completely cut out alcohol. Y'all know I don't live by rules. You decide what's best for you. But one thing I want you to keep in mind, though, is the more alcohol that you consume, the higher your probability of not making the decisions that you set out to make unless they've already become a lifestyle choice for you. If you're listening to this, you're probably not in the space where it's already a lifestyle choice for you. So I would be mindful of, one, my permissions. How much alcohol am I going to have if I'm going to have any? And then also my permissions around food and alcohol. Because one thing that, okay, side note, I used to be a bartender. And one thing that bartenders know is that the more alcohol someone has, the more money they will spend on food because their guards are down. They're not truly paying attention to how much they're consuming, so they tend to overconsume. You want to avoid that space. You want to be in a space of making conscious decisions. So I would get very clear on the amount of alcohol that I'm going to have. And if I'm going to be eating while I'm having alcohol, I personally would recommend that you not eat while you're having alcohol, or you make the decision to not eat after so much alcohol so that you can stay in a space of being in control of your food decisions. Now, number five is give yourself grace. I hinted at this yesterday in episode 1, but it's extremely important that you allow yourself grace through this experience. If you're listening to this 9 times out of 10, you're just getting to a space, or you're new to the space of mindful eating. So you want to allow yourself space for grace, because up until this point, you've been living by other people's food rules or food restrictions that you've placed on yourself. So this new way of eating, where you're trusting your body to make the best decisions with you, where you're allowing yourself to have foods that the quote unquote guru said that you shouldn't have, this is going to take some space of trust, right? So I want you to give yourself grace while you're building this trust with yourself. If you intend to show up in a way and that intention doesn't fully play out in the way that you want it to play out, just sit back and look at what you did well, and then analyze what you would do differently for next time. But in all of this decision making, give yourself grace to have a little wiggle room. Have a little space where things may not look exactly the way that you want them to look. Intend for them to go that way, but give yourself grace just in case it does not, okay? This is a learning experience for everybody. This is a learning experience for you, because the other people in this experience with you they're going to experience you a different way. In the past, they may have been plate pushers. It's like, taste this, taste that. If you're being clear about your permissions, then that may not be something that you're willing to accept. That just takes an adjustment period. So allow yourself grace while you adjust. I am so grateful that you spent this time with me listening to part 2 of holiday health tips. I'm going to do a quick recap. So step number 1, have breakfast. Make sure you're not skipping meals, because you really want to keep your body in the regular rhythm that it's in so that you don't overdo it. Step 2, have smaller portions at dinner. Have smaller portions than you would typically have, and listen to your body's food cues as you're consuming that food. Number 3, embrace a 30-minute break between the first plate of food that you have and seconds or dessert. Allow your stomach that time to communicate with your brain that you're either satisfied or not, and then move forward from there. Number 4, be mindful of good decision prohibitors. Alcohol and rest really have a huge impact during the holidays, during the vacation season, during birthdays, on how you consume food. So just be mindful of how you're going to go about handling those prohibitors. And number 5, give yourself grace. Lean into this with love. Allow yourself space to make mistakes if the mistakes so happen to show up, but set the intention that things are going to go great, because you can absolutely enjoy the holidays without food restrictions and frustration. I so appreciate you for listening in today. Don't let the conversation end here. Join us over in the Undiet Tribe. Under the post for this episode, let me know which one of these tips do you feel like is going to be the most impactful for you to implement into your holiday routine. I so appreciate you for tuning in to Undiet with Dani. I hope you heard something that was helpful today, and you're already subscribed so you don't miss out on future episodes. I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear your takeaways and your next steps. So don't let the conversation end here. You're invited to join me inside of the Undiet Tribe. You can give your feedback on this episode, find tools to support your journey, ask questions, and get support with women working on similar goals, all inside of our private Facebook community. Join us by going to www.undiettribe.com. I can't wait to celebrate your progress. I'll see you inside of the tribe.